So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayokunle. So, I am a mobile app developer. I build mainly for iOS. Yeah. So, I'll be taking you through the course. Yeah. So, I've been on mobile development 3 years, right? 3 years now. But general software, I think I started 2016. So, I was more of PHP and JavaScript and Node guy when then. So, but now I think I do web anyways, but I do mobile, right? So, yeah, that's for me, and I'll be taking the course. I'll be very direct, like I said, so that we have a short time, right? So we drive in the mobile and we make it mobile. So I'll while others are doing, we keep going. So, Bolaji, will you want to talk to?
Good morning. My name is Bolaji. I've been working for a while, but I recently came into mobile app development. I'm a student of Flutter presently, so that's why I joined the mentorship program. So I'm into Flutter development.
Okay, how many years have you been? How long?
Like I said, I'm a student of Flutter. I'm just
Okay,
learning, and
okay.
I think I just got my first. You said?
Apart from that, have you been writing any programming language?
No, this is just my first programming
Okay,
course.
okay. Flutter. Okay. That you use that, right?
Yeah, we use that.
Okay, fine. Amos, good afternoon. So let's 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 hear you. Your programming language, or like how new you are to the industry, and or how far you are.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amos. Though currently I'm about rounding up a web development course at Anchorsoft Academy. So, but I want to go into mobile application. So that's why I joined the mentors for mobile app.
Okay, what will you call your principal language for now?
Python.
Python. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Augustine, can you take it, or or should we just call other people, or can you talk there? You are muted, Augustine. If you want to take it. Okay, Brian, can we have you? Oh, can anyone hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me? Augustine, will you take it? Is he talking? I don't think so.
Hello?
Yes, he's talking. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Sorry for what happened before. I couldn't get what you were saying before I left. Sorry,
Okay,
what do you
just
want?
like brief intro. How long have you been in the industry and how far? Hello, can you hear me?
No,
Hmm.
no, no, no. Network is very, I'm not
Okay, we
getting it.
just take another. We just take. Okay, Isaac. Let's have Isaac. I don't know. Is he with us here?
Hello, can you hear me?
Exactly. Yeah, we can. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Isaac.
Hello?
My name is Isaac. I'm basically a beginner. Like, and there was a point I started. HTML. I stopped. So I'm basically a beginner.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Isaac.
So,
Thank you. Abel, will you go? Or I called you already. Okay.
Okay, my name is Abel. I'm Abel from Jigawa State. I just have a desire to learn. I have zero experience in mobile web development. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you very much, Abel. Abel. Okay.
Thank thank you.
Augustine, is your network fine now? Can we hear you?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you very
Oh,
well.
okay. Brief introduction and what do you write any programming? How far along?
Okay, my name is Augustine. I'm from River State. I'm on web development. I've not had any experience, but I have the desire. I've not done anything about it before, but I just want to learn. Hello, do you
Okay.
know what I said?
Yes, thank you. We heard you. We heard you. So let me just take one more person. So by two we kick off. So anybody coming, I'll be noting them. We should have time to take them after. So
All right.
Emanuela, are you with us? Uh, are you with us? Hello, Emanuela. Can you hear me? Hello, Emanuela. Can you hear me? A brief introduction. How far? How long? Have you been? If she's not here. Okay, you are talking now. Thank you.
I can hear you.
Okay. You with us, right?
The network is breaking.
My network.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So will you give us a brief intro to how long have you been, or have you been writing any programming language?
I'm Emanuela from Anambra State. I'm a complete novice. I just have the desire to learn.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you. So I think Joseph, you just keep Joseph in the backlog. So if you have anybody join, then Joseph will start kick off that. So welcome everybody. So I wow. Wow. So I think you have more work to do, right? You have more work to do. So I should share my screen, right? Should I share my screen? Okay. Just a moment. Okay, I think I just launched this browser, right? So it has I didn't have the permission already for it. I don't like Chrome anyways. So I just launched it. So I think I'll be doing that. So I'll just continue, right? So mobile app development. So I'll be direct, as I said, it's just developing apps for mobile, right? Developing apps for mobile. So for basically, I think every software engineer goes through web, right? If you say you're a software engineer, most people go through the web, right? So a lot of people have basic idea of JavaScript, right? So we we do JavaScript. Mm. I think I can share my screen from Safari. Let me try so that you can see my screen. Sorry. So more people does JavaScript, right? So but mobile development, we don't have that language there. So I I'll just I'll myself here. Maybe I can switch. Okay, one moment. So I'll be joining in as my from my email right there. Okay, let me do a quick introduction. Then I might need to restart this browser. I'll do the settings, and I'll join back so that I can share my screen. Right. So most software engineers, right, they go through the web, so everybody has a basic understanding of JavaScript, which is just one of it is a scripting language, right? So it's more used in the web, right? When it's integrated into Node, and we are doing more of content management, so it's used in writing more of the plugins, right? So PHP and JavaScript, right? So that's just a basic. So, but for mobile, right? So currently, I think the two phases of mobile, there are many OSs, right? But the major OSs that are in market now is just iOS and Android. So I think we used to have Symbian phone then, but I don't think anybody writes more for all other OSs now. So we just basically develop for iOS and Android. So yeah, so that's mobile development. And for the programming language, so what will what we use in iOS is Objective C and Swift, right? So I will be sharing my screen. So I just want to do this so that I won't I'll be coming back shortly. So what we use in iOS is Swift, right? And music mainly of Swift because when we started iOS then by developing for it was started using Objective C. Then many of the framework were later integrated and they were worked through Swift. So now we basically use Swift, and in rare cases, like there's some specific functions framework where we have to import Objective C. So there is this keyword that we use just to identify we are using Objective C. That's at obj. So when you see a Swift language and you see at obj, that's just importing of the OBJ. So it's not it's still in the building. So nobody is kicking out Objective C, but Apple wants it out as soon as possible. So they are doing their very possible best. So soon enough, we'll just be mainly Swift, right, for iOS. So for Android, we use Kotlin, right? I don't know if anybody has been. So I think as much as they want Java 2 out, so I think we will be using Java. They use Java for Android, but mainly now, like just like Swift is taking over the market in iOS, so Kotlin too is taking over Android development. So the two I've mentioned so far, that's iOS. When we try to separate them like that, is the iOS and Android. So we call those native apps, right? Native app, right? So we have native apps. So that's when we try to build for iOS differently, right? Using the programming language, and we try to build for Android differently using their programming language. So there is other that we call the like right. I think Bolaji, right, a Flutter student, right? Like he said, yeah, there's what we call cross-platform, right? So there's this cross-platform apps, like there are frameworks that let you build, like use a single language, build into the two environments, like build into both native, both iOS and Android. So there are languages like that, like React Native and Flutter. So you build a language, like you build a project and it runs on both system. It runs on both OSs, both iOS and Android. So that's just it. The overview of mobile development is cross-platform and native. So under native, we just have a single programming language where we build into two systems, and where native, we have different programming language, different IDEs while we build into specific OSs, right? So you deciding which one you should go for, you do that based on the project, right? So you can't just say because uh, looking from the stress, finance, and the time factor, you might cross-platform might be tempting. Like, let me just build for a project and it can be able to run on iOS and Android. So it might be tempting, but engineers don't do it like that. We determine which method we go for by the project, right? So if you are doing a project that gets wide on the long run, so it's better to stick to native, right? Have a different code base for iOS. Yeah, so sorry for that noise. I think I stayed too close to airport, so they disturb most time. So you build for different. So the depending on the project, right? The on the plan you have, the probability for it to get wide, to get large, right? It make you stick to native. So because on project getting larger, why cross-platform make it. So I think I have a picture to that too. I should share my screen. So we have a picture to that too. So that's just it. Project determines if I'm just to build a project which is just a it's like, for example, let me pick a project. Let's go with health, like a gym project, like a gym app, like a health instructor app, right? Which is just basically to you set alarm, you wake up in the morning as you have set it, maybe 7 or 8. I hope everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we'll
Yes,
just
we can hear you.
okay, so just basically an health app which respond to your alert and alarm and wake up, do some, just give you like routine to take early morning. So if you just have that app, right, just wake up, do this, do squatting, do push up, do so, just a simple app like that that can not be extended, right? You can use cross platform into that. So that's where we come into Flutter, right? You can build to Flutter. It automatically runs on both iOS and Android, or you can go for React Native, which runs. I think that those are the two. There are others. There are others, right? But those are the two more in the market: React Native and Flutter, where you can build. So, but example for an app, right? Maybe let's have a e-commerce app, right? Let's have an e-commerce app. Like, for example, let me take Jumia for example. I know this for sure because I have friends that are working there. Jumia has a different two code bases, right? So they build for iOS and they build for Android. So apps like that the tendency of them getting larger are very on the high side, right? So it's better you go for the native, right? Get engineers for Android, get engineers for iOS, let them build on different ID. So because tomorrow you might okay. So tomorrow you might want to so tomorrow you might want to integrate any other module, right? Other module. So for example, now if you check the Jumia, we have Jumia Pay now. So there are other projects that can actually come inside those single projects. Another example is fintech, right? When if you have a digital bank, right, you shouldn't be thinking of driving into a process that will save you time and money and energy. And you say you want to do cross-platform. On the long run, right? The project takes time to build, its components start hanging and it leads to customer frustration, and when your apps frustrate customer, you tend to go out of business as fast as possible, right? So that's just it for determine where we go and how we pick the programming language. So I because of that, I think we'll be treating both cases, right? We'll be treating both cases, right? So we check Android and we check iOS. So we check Android, we check iOS. For Bolaji for Flutter, right? I I'm not I'm Flutter, right, is very useful. I told you already. They are determined by the app, the nature of the app. Not like you should learn one. I do Flutter myself, right? I do Flutter, right? So, but most of the customer we have nowadays, when they present their user stories for you, you can easily estimate that the apps get larger in the long run. So it's easy to advise to go for native. So that's just it. So iOS, right? Swift and Objective C. So that's the programming language we use. And Swift just came into the limelight 2014. That's when they just start developing it, and because of the large code, like large environment, large market in iOS, so in Apple generally, sorry. So it's grew faster and many contributors. So that's why it's Spring. So and for Android, Kotlin. So it's taking over too. So I will try mute myself now. I'll try share my screen. So I might go out of the call, but I just need to give the access to share to this browser. Then I'll be back shortly. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, sorry for the break, right? I can't seem to connect. I think it requires me to reboot and that. I just try for. Okay, can you can you see my screen now? I think you can see my screen, right? Please confirm if you can see the curriculum here.
Yes, you can see. I can see it.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see
Yes,
your
we can
screen.
hear you.
Yes, I can
Hello,
see and hear you very well.
who? Wow, I think I. Hello, can anyone hear me? Hello.
I can
Yes,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Okay, and you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll put this site Isaac. Isaac, can you mute your mic? Thank you. I'll put this site here. Public. Okay, I'll put this site on the call so that everybody can see. Wow. Okay. Please confirm if you can have that link.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yep.
please, before I continue, sorry for coming. Is there any question before I take? And if there is no question, I will actually like to take your preference. Each person, I'll be writing that down. iOS, Android, and if you have a question, you can throw it in the air too. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
you.
Yeah, is there any question per Android so far, or iOS or the cross-platform intro that we have?
In in the Android aspect, I didn't get to before because of network issue. You said what are needed, like what are the requirements needed for that Android development?
Yes. I just talked about the languages, right? So I think I'll be moving to the requirement. That's why I wanted to take the question first. So I just talked about the language that we use Kotlin, and not of Kotlin, now less of Java for Android. So I yes, that's what I said.
Can you
So
be a bit
I
audible? I can't hear you very well.
hello, can you hear me now? Can any
Yes.
okay? I said I only talked about the programming language, right? What we'll be using in writing them. So I've not talked about any of the requirements. So that's where I'm going next. Thank you. And any other question?
The programming language we'll be using is Kotlin, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. No, no problem.
Any other question? Amos, do you think you prefer writing for iOS than Android?
I didn't get that.
Will you prefer writing for iOS to writing for Android?
I don't know which one do you think we prefer. Me, I prefer the wide range of coverage.
Okay,
So I was hoping to go with Android.
Android. Okay. Bolaji, I don't know. Are you sticking with your cross-platform?
I'm open to all the platforms. That's why I'm here
Okay,
to learn. I would like to learn the native.
exactly. So,
I'm about
so
50% into cross platform, so let me do native.
okay. I think Bolaji killed it. No time to debate on what's your preference, because the requirement changes. The requirement changes. So you might be required to write for cross-platform. You might be required to write for native, right? But principally, you might be good at a native, and many people do does cross-platform. So the site I sent, right? So I'll start from Android and iOS, right? The language is Swift. So their data structure to that, I think I have in my I, I have in our curriculum here, right? So I think this is what we should be focusing on, right? So the data structures to both Android and iOS. I think we have iOS here. So there are data structures to that. I think that's what we should try and kill, right? Data structures to them, so that before we even go to development, because looking at the two category, you check their languages, the data structure, and the development. So that's the three category that I'll be looking at. That's the three category that I'll be looking at: the data structure, the languages, and okay. I think I have. Sorry, I was not. So for iOS, I think we have the data structure. I think we have the language. We'll be treating the language. We'll be taking of the data structure, and we'll be taking the development. Right. So that's what we'll be focusing on. iOS data language, data structure, and so I once said that we use Swift here, right? And an objective shift has been in the business too. So we do that too for Android. So learning Swift does not require anything, right? You just require a simple environment. So will be as simple as that for these first 2 weeks. So I won't bother you with with a big requirement, right? Because if you are going to learn iOS development, you must have a Mac device. So if you see my system here, I think I'm on a Mac machine here. So I'm on MacBook here, MacBook Pro, right? So for developing for iOS, so this is a requirement. You can't develop to iOS using any other device. So you have to have their MacBook. So that's just a clause to that. So, but I will not be going to that. And for I think you can develop on every other conventional for Android. So I will not be really going into that because what we need now is not development, right? Because if you see the development is down, that's where we need those guys. That's where we need those guys. So we are into the language now. So and the language is as simple as Swift and Objective C for iOS. So for Android, I think it's as simple as that. Let's copy this. So we have Kotlin. I think it's even more of Kotlin now. I think that why is they should publish. I'm not even sure about it. Yeah. So we are more into the environment. So the language. So we should treat the language for now. So I'll just create a new slide which we should cover for the two languages. So the languages for both iOS and Android, as simple as VS Code, you can start the language there. As simple as if you have VS Code installed, so environment, that's the IDE. So VS Code. So you have this on the system, So we'll be able to run our languages, which is Swift and which is Objective C. So we'll be able to run it there. So and if you note the site I sent to you, right? That site allows you to actually write programming language. So you should note that site, this site, repo lit, right? Like a light repo. So it allows you to compile. You can even do that on your phone, even if you don't have a laptop. Even if you have a laptop, right? When you click check this site, create an account there. So you can create a different folder like you do on your laptop, right? You can create folder for Java, you can create folder for Swift, you can create folder for Kotlin. So we write them write them there. So but for if you have a laptop, I believe everybody has VS Code. You think you are writing programming. So for the online, so for the ID for now, since we are learning language, so we'll be using these two. We'll be using VS Code as an IDE, and we'll be using this site as an online, right? So we just learn basic language. So we should key, and that's just it. If you are grounded in the language, that's what we use in the development. So nobody will employ you as an iOS developer and expect you to start learning how to, you understand. So you should have done that. That should have come up during these processes. So VS Code is just like an app, right? It's a mesh is an ID. I think I have it here. And I have my screen. VS Code. So it's just like an ID, right? So I'll create a new file, new window. So let me bring it back here. So this is VS Code. So I don't know. So for since many of us are just new, so it's just as simple as going to Google and download VS Code, right? So where we start running our code, where we start testing everything. So for the language, we'll be using VS Code. So it works both for Kotlin and for Swift, right? So and for the for the online, so that site there, I think I opened it down already. We'll be using this site. So I would like everybody now to, I don't know, is there anybody that uses this site already? So you can write program on your phone, right? You can compile. So because if I'll be giving out assignments, I won't be, it will not be an excuse that you don't have a laptop, right? I don't know. I didn't even take that through in the introduction. Or your laptop battery is dead, right? So with this site, you can easily share your, you can share me your repo, right? I can even check all your assignment from here. So I'll just, so getting my assignment is just as easy as saying you should share me the repo you did this. So it's just as simple as logging in here, and you are good to go. You create folder and you select language. When you select the language, when you create a folder, I ask you which code do you want to write. So once you click Swift, it automatically sets your environment to writing Swift, right? Once you click Python, it automatically sets that environment to writing Python. If you click Kotlin, it sets that environment to write Kotlin. So that is for the language. That's for the languages I'll be using. So should I take question? Do you have a question too? So do we are fine with with creating accounts there, right? Or is there anybody against that? Okay, so I will believe we are doing that, or we should do that after. So please note, please, if let me just say I if you've seen the site, so that I will know everybody is on it, and I will not bother. Okay, I think
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
okay, okay. Is it fine if I
Sorry,
post it on the WhatsApp group too, right? I think
I
everybody.
haven't gotten the.
Okay,
Hello,
okay,
can you hear me, sir?
okay. Check the message, the e-message, right? Check the message. Can you see it now?
Is it a replay.com, right?
Yes, rep light. Yeah,
Replight, okay, .com. Okay. All right, thank
exactly. So with your phone, if you are given assignment, so it's easy as 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 submitting and getting it done, right? So that's just our environment. So, and if you're on your laptop, please download VS Code. Download VS Code. Download VS Code. So, I think there are some. If you come to, please, anybody has VS Code installed? Let me just take it. Bolaji, you have VS Code installed, right?
Yes.
Okay, exactly. So there are
Yes,
some extension
I have
that
it.
there are some extension. Okay, thank you. There are some extension that we will need to install. If you go to your VS Code, right? This extension quarter, there are some extension that we will need to install that will make Swift writing better. So you can see we need Swift format. We need, so we will not go to cross platforming now. Let's just be purely native. So we need Swift format. So please go to your extension on VS Code, download Swift format, right? So if you are using that online one, you don't have to worry about all this. It has been done already. It's just to sign up and create your folder. So download peer colorizer. I think that one is very nice, so that when we start coding, it makes all our work fine, right? So I think for Swift, I think for Kotlin, I think we have Kotlin. So I don't use this system to write Kotlin, right? So my other system I have it. So this one is just mark for iOS, right? So but we need Swift format and um, pair pair colorizer. So so I'll just, I think I might share this link this link for everybody after the class. So for the extension for this, we might need Swift format. Do we really need Swift format? I think it is fine to have it. I don't think we need it. Bracket pair colorizer, right? Yeah, bracket pair colorizer. So I think with these two extensions, we are fine. These two extensions, we are fine. Is anybody on the laptop? Is anybody on the laptop here? Please.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Bolaji, you're on your laptop, right?
Yes, I'm on my laptop.
Okay. Have you signed up to that site, this Replit? So we start
Yes,
using
I've
it
done
from there.
that, and I've done that.
Okay. Let me stop sharing. Can you, is your system free so that you can share the screen so that we just walk through to so that everybody else will. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay.
I
Bolaji,
can
can
hear
I?
you. I've created an account already, but I can still share my screen.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's have your screen, please.
Can you see my screen, please?
Okay.
Let me
So
just sign out.
no. Just leave it. You don't need to sign out. Just log in back.
Okay, sorry. I mean,
Okay. Okay. So you can see that create, right? So you can click the plus sign and create. Let's okay. Okay, called use Swift templates. Let's start with Swift. Okay. Name that what like introduction. Let's start from there. Okay. Okay. You can create that. So everybody follows along, right? So that's just as easy as creating a repo here. So this is it. So we have this working already. So if you are on your code editor, if you are on VS Code, I mean, and if you are here, so just close it. Close the code. Just close that. Okay. So run. Put that run. So that's it. So in Swift, so the basic command that we should know is just print, right? So we just do print. Just do print. So this is just print, right? So I think, can you touch, you see in this file the bar there? Yeah, the beside the file, right? On the bar. Yeah, that's okay, add file. So just name that string, add it, touch it, name it string. Okay, that's all. Just enter. Okay. So for this week, which we started today. So the language that will both face on both Swift and Kotlin will just be string. So string are just normal, they are just alphabet. They are alphabet, combination of alphabet, a single alphabet. So as far as that. So that's just string, basic string. So and okay, go back to that main. Go back to that main. Okay. So we'll be coming to that, so that's where we start from. So there are basic command that we should know. So like for Swift, everybody knows print, right? So if you want to print anything to your console, like you just have print, right? So that's just it. So there are other assignments. So we should because we'll be needing them. So there are to print. There are other assignments, very assignment keyword like let, right? Let. So bring that print down. Bring that print down. Like before the print, go back on print and enter. Okay. So the assignment variable that we have, just put let greeting, let greeting equal to
single or double?
just greeting equal, no, put space before it, put space equal to Yeah, okay. Copy that hello word, copy everything and cut it inside. Okay, so print greeting, right? So it's just like we change what we no, we should okay, we should still have no, we should still have that curly braces. Print open bracket, right? So so you see we still have the same command. We still have the same command.
Should I run?
Yes, yes. So we still have the same command. You can actually edit the greeting. Let's have hello world 2 so that one we should know that we have a different result. Okay. Okay. So that's just as simple as creating. So inside your intro, inside the file, you can keep adding other file, and when you log in with this same email on your phone, it brings all these files back to you. That you can go back to the work you've been doing and you continue. So thank you. You can stop sharing so that I continue from here. Thank you very much.
Saying about as you not get any exchange, if you sell up, the rate if you do, if you swap up to dollar, you can use that for dollar. Dollar this thing stable coin, not the move, just do like that. If you swap up for that, your cross wallet, you can down to dollar, you can do it with anytime.
Hello, have I been talking to myself all this while? Can anybody hear me?
It's not that we can hear you. Oh.
Wow,
No,
sorry.
sir.
I've been talking to myself all this while, right? Sorry.
I swear.
So the basic keyword that we need is print and assignment, right? They are just let and var. So you let, so it's an assignment of keyword, assignment operator. So they are just let and var for. So but when you are using these guys, you need to have a variable and a value. So in the case of the example Bolaji showed us, the variable was greeting. So it was let, the variable name was greeting. So you don't have to put it in code like that. So but if it's a string, you put it in quotes, then you add word. So the value here is hello world 2, right? So that was the example it showed to us then. So the variable is greeting and the value is hello world. So we can add as many naming and that. So we can have let each. So the age here is variable and the value is 5. So that's for assignment. That's for assignment operators. We need a variable and we need a value. If you are using assignment operator which are let and var, we need a variable. We need a variable and a value. So we need a variable and a value using these two guys, which equals them. So as any question so far.
No
Okay.
question. Continue.
Okay. So for variable, right? So we have data type. So for example, I was talking about string. So we have data type. So because I won't jump. So we have data type. So we'll be picking it one by one so that we can go back to string. So we have data type. So here the data type of greeting is string. So the data type here is string. So we have string. So this one is data type string. So we have data type because when we start development, that's what we really need, data type. So here we have integer. So this one is just integer. So we have many other data types. So we just take it as we go, right? Just take it as we go. So we have integer and we have data type. So for data type, so we'll be focusing on string. So because they are very common. So once you are done with string, I think nobody has problem with integer because it's just mathematics and it's just manipulation. So but string, they are as difficult as they might sound. String, right? So we'll be doing this, the data type, string and integer. Okay, and a divine string is just letters, alphabet, combination of them. So we can have character, we can have string, we can have words, right? For string. So and they have many other properties. So it's just the properties that will be checking, right? We check the string properties that we have, we check the method that we can use on them, we check on how to use this one, how to check this, how to do this, how to manipulate string, how to, so that's what leads us to algorithm, right? Because we'll be doing more of this. We'll be doing more of algorithm, introduction to algorithm, right? That's where we need those data structure, right? So because while manipulating data, for example, if you're if you are checking your account balance on a mobile app, right? Maybe let's take GTB for example. So all databases take currency in the simplest unit. So for Nigeria, we take database in Kobo, right? So if we are checking your account balance, is the app has a simple function of getting your balance from data source and right and just dividing by 1,000. That's just a simple arithmetic use of integer there. So if we have 100 naira, so the app actually return, the database actually return 100, a 10,000, right? So a 10,000. So that's as your account balance. So it's just the work of the app to say if it's coming in kobo, it will be divided by 100 naira, which will give you the balance. So it's just a simple work as that, as string. So that's just for integer. So string has its own works too there that I'll be treating one by one. We'll be treating one by one. So we'll treat one, right? Rounding up the class, I'll share this link, right? And I'll be, while I stop sharing my screen and treating one of the string cases with Bolaji's screen, I'll update this sheet to have it just take home, a simple take home with string, so that everybody can do that on that side, rep lights, and get used to Swift. So let me stop sharing my screen. Please, Bolaji, help us with your screen again so that we'll run it through the code, your repo there. Let's have a string method.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can see it.
We can see.
So thank you. So everybody knows assignments. Everybody knows what let does or what var does. Although I've not explained them, but we just use let for now. So it's just as simple as let. Let is just like you cannot come back and reassign them. For example, if I say let my age, the second line I can't reassign my age to 15 again, right? So but if I'm on var, I can say var age equals, Bolaji, you can help us with that. Let age equal to 20. Let age equal to 20. Okay, come back. So put age equal to 15. Age equal to 15. So that's just the simple. Okay, try running it. Let's see. Okay, should we print? Let's print age. Yeah. So I don't think we should be having space after print, right? We just have it together. Exactly. Okay. Are you running from the main?
No.
Okay, you can see now. Change let to var, right? So when you use let, you cannot mutate. You cannot change the variable again. You can't change its value, right? So, but if you want to change the value along the line, right, you can, as if you change it, let's have the let to be a var. So if you change the let to var, then you can keep changing it. You can keep changing it. So your account balance on your mobile app is always a var. It's always a variable, because if you say let, if somebody credits you, it breaks the app, right? When you launch, it just breaks. So because it might keep increasing, it might keep decreasing. So today you might have a $20, tomorrow it might increase to $25. So next tomorrow, so it that's just a simple variable and age, right? So for string, so we have, so can we move all of this into string? Just copy all of this and paste it into string so that we start afresh on that main. Just copy them, move them into string. Okay, go back to the main, right? So just clear your main and let's start from there. So for string, the simple as, so we just say let's okay, let's name equal to Bolaji, right? Okay, so print name and comma name dot. So we have this method on string, right? Dot count name comma name dot. No,
Okay.
just put comma then name dot count. So we have this method dot count on string. So when you use it on string, it just returns to you the numbers of characters in that string, right? So it returns to you the numbers of characters in that string. So that is just as simple as that. That is just as simple as that. That is just as simple as that. Anybody missing out with that? Hello, anybody missing out with that? Anybody missing out with that, please? Okay, fine. So on the next line, let's have another print. Let's have another. Let's have let's second name. Let's just give it another thing. Let's second name equals just let's put another. Just put a string over here. Okay, so go down, print name plus second name. Okay, what do you have there? Can you see Bolaji Tayo? So you can see how, so in string 2 we have what we call concatenation, right? Concatenation. I'll include it in this string, concatenation, where you can use addition on string, like this string plus this string. It prints out to you the next string, right? So in normal app we have first name, then last name. So if you are displaying your name, hello Bolaji, you just bring the first name. So if you notice what we have on the console, right, it's joining them together. So we can easily sort this out by going back to where we printed it out and include a space between that. So we just concatenate it again. You know, a space is actually, no, put a space before that too, before the plus sign. Okay, come back. So no. After the plus sign, put a string and a empty space, a quote and an empty space. Okay, put another plus sign after name. So it's just like we are plus, that's a string too, that space. So that's like we just create a new space between them. So that's just it. And when you are putting your plus sign, let this exactly. So so be separating them. So when you have it, separate it so that everything will be, when you are using operation on, then we call it operation. So I think we've done two methods now on string. We've done dot count, which as easy as return to you the number of character in that word, right? We we use concatenation, which is adding string. So we've add name, we add empty space, and we added second name. So as easy as it might sound, it's used in production. Yeah, we use this more. We use concatenation, and that's just a simple way to start thing. So thank you very much. Everybody can see Bolaji's screen, right? So you can stop sharing. So I'll share now. Okay, let me just find it. Okay. So given that, I think we should be ending here, and this is our take home, right? Let's have it in that site, right? Because I can easily access it. If you just give me the repo, you make it public and you just send it to me, like then we can have it. You can have that as the first class, as the start of the next class. So the take home will just be, we'll be given a sentence. Everybody knows the difference between a sentence and the word, right? And the word, right? So a sentence is just a long string, while a word is just, so e.g. So we have the sentence, right? So we just say Bolaji. Yeah, what is that second name you use? Sorry.
Tayo.
Okay, thank you. Right. So we are having this string. So I think it comes. I think if I give you this, it's although it should be here, but That's what you used to practice on that site. I want everybody to get their hand doing something, right? So we need, giving this string, right? Giving this string is brain taxing, right? If and I think a whole week it's fine if you blot out a week to do something like this, right? So to do something like this, I would say, right? Like for Emanuela, you might be, is she still here? Let me check. Okay, I think she left, right? Okay. So I think I'll be dropping that on the WhatsApp group too. So we should be printing out this. I think helped okay, Bolaji. So let's have, which I think Bolaji and helped has same length, right? Bolaji dot count is 6 and helped dot count is 6 too. Okay, let me make it easy so that it will not be like we are rushing into array. Let's have the one that has a greater, okay, into this section. What of section? Is this 6 too? I think we can just put S. So we should be printing this guy out, section. So because if you do section dot count, I think it has the largest count there. So what we should be printing out should be section. So this should be an example. So I'll be testing it with every other sentence when we are back. So let's have this sentence, right? Bolaji, fire help us out. Okay, I think we should have it in there. Help us out in the sections. So I think section dot count is what? Two. Okay, I think without S is 7 in today's section. Okay, so section dot count is 7. So given a sentence, find the word with the longest character, which is section. So let's have that. Let's have that. So for this case, every sentence will have a special word that's actually the largest, that's actually the longest, right? So let's have that. Let's have that. Create the repo, start with Shift and run your program on the main Swift, right? Run your programs on the main Swift. Run your programs on the main Swift. So any question? Any question? Any question? Please, let's take question. It might be on this on take home. I don't care. So will I download in PDF? Okay, let me download it. So I don't bother sharing. Okay. I think I'll just share so that everybody can have it. I'll share it. I'll make it available for everybody. Everybody with that. I'll make it available for everybody. Please let's ask question. It might be part the take home. It might be part the take home, right? So
Sir, in regards to take home now, what like what are we expected to do? Like in the sentence above, we should write a code that will print out only the word with the highest character.
yeah. So yes, I think we treat words we treated characters, right? So with dot count, you can easily access them. So it's just getting into those words. So I think that's just the extra work there, and it's what's taking it so that everybody will be fine, so that you get your hands dirty a little. So I'll put you a Swift documentation here too, where you can actually go and check, right? So this is the slide. So you find the take home there. To the slide, you find the take home there, and This is Swift documentation. You can go through this and just kit yourself with Swift. We are on string. I mean, sorry. So we are on string. So we are on string and characters. So let's just have these two.
You are not seeing your screen again now.
Yes, just have this two link. I dropped the presentation slide here and this documentation to Swift. Let's just have this. Yeah, since that take home is an assignment, right? The if you put, for example, maybe take home equal to Bolaji helped us out in today's section, right? If you do dot count, it actually return plus space. You should take note that dot count, right? It's take it actually reference spacing. So if I say boy, the boy, right? The boy. So instead of returning 6, which is actually 3 for D and 3 for boy, it counts the space between them, which is that space. So the boy as a string return dot count as 7, right? So it take into the space, it take in consideration that space, right? So for the assignment, it's just how to look through that simple sentence, right? So some people might try to break them down, so like that half each word and try, and it should be a code, right? It's not like it's paperwork. So let's go through them, then return the one. Let's have a code that returns section, as because it is the one that with the greatest dot count. Yeah. Is any other question?
Sorry, how often are we going to be having this class? Is it once in a week, every Saturday, or what?
Yeah. I think every Saturday, right? Every Saturday for now. For now, since we are starting out, let's see how it goes. And the organizers will might bring up a different approach, but for now, every weekend, yeah, should be 1 to 3, right? Sorry for coming late today. So the frank part is that we can't just rush into development. So because that those languages are what we'll be using in the development. So I can't just say, oh yeah, although that will be our last part. Build an app, right? Build a fitness app that just give 3 routines like push up. So let it instruct the user on push up like for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, automatically change to which other exercise we have? Press up, like yeah, like we just have like three enums of exercise.
When you use the NIS still run out.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. So we just have. So before we go into development, we should understand the languages that we're using. So they are just as basic as that. So I think a whole week, if you really go into this, I think coming back, everybody will be on like a same page of begin Swift learner, right? So for now, I think everybody is just in different pages. But I think this take home will bring everybody together, right? It's as simple as trying to go through all you have to go through the sentence, right? And try to identify which one is what and which one is space. After that, anyone that is what you can easily take which one is which is a word and dot count them and you start comparing as simple as that. So I'll be looking forward to that next time. Thank you. And any other question? Michael, you are here, and yeah, Joseph, please let's have you. Let's know you. Everybody talked before you came in, so I skipped there. Let's do that.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
So are you new to teaching any programming language?
Yes, I'm new. I'm not involved in any programming language before. I'm new.
Okay. Do you get those links I sent?
I didn't get that. Hello,
Do you
sir.
get all the links that we sent, please?
Yes, I did. I got the one.
Thank you. Joseph, can we have you? You're welcome. Joseph, okay. So I will, what should I do? Okay. So coming next class, I think I'll prepare my email. So we should start talking better. Don't let me dish it out now. So that coming next week, I'll be giving out my email so that we should, you might, I do have projects that I do run during the weeks anyway. But coming next class, I should see to that. We should get talking during the week. Maybe if you have anything, you might drop to my mailbox. I'll treat accordingly. So thank you everyone for today's class. I hope you gain one or two.
Thank you, sir.
So I hope we'll be able to get a recording of this class, right? Because I just joined the class. I don't know.
Yeah, it's being recorded. So I think Femi. I don't know. I don't know if Mr. Femi is there. So rounding up.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
For the class.
Hello, Mr. Femi. Are you there? Okay. See everybody next week. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.